That's what I just said. They can take, in the film now, they can take William Shatner and make him look like he did 30, 40 years ago. Easily. And he will not be his age now, at least in the film. So, I mean, you know, for that aspect, he said, I would do it in a heartbeat. I'll play Captain Kirk because he wants to.
Yeah, and there's nobody could replace Captain Kirk anyway. You know that. There's only one Kirk.
You know, again, isn't it scary how the technology has advanced? So we could be watching. I watched a movie here the other night, and I knew it was all faked. I mean, it's always digitized. It was all, you know, but it was done so good. You look at it, I got really into the movie, and it was good. It wasn't like that stuff done in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and 70s, and 80s, and 90s. Now, you have to remember, a lot of this started, okay, when Stargate came on. Their studios in Vancouver, they broke the pioneering ground for, well, faking backgrounds and digitizing. And if it wasn't for them, I don't think the movie industry would have advanced as far as it has.
Yeah, they really did some groundbreaking stuff. I know what you're talking about. And I've seen a couple movies recently, too. I was, like, blown away by the effects was amazing. You know, I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, but now, the reason why I'm saying this, again, a lot of the stuff you're seeing on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and other medias, okay, of UFOs or other things are not real. Just simple, you know, somebody really good at, well, they got good editing software. They got good software to be able to create this stuff.
Yeah, somebody got really good at it. I get more and more impressed, and you know, the more we advance and with technology, it's going to get even better too. That's the thing. Well,
when they can make me 30 years old again behind the microphone, I'm going to be really ecstatically happy. If they can bring my voice back like it was 20 years ago, I'd be even more happier. I don't want to sound like an old man, but you know what?
You don't sound like an old man at all.
Well, there's times I do, depending on if I'm stressed out. I kind of, you know what I mean. But, you know, I don't know.
You sound like Ronnie Reagan sometimes.
Well, I can honestly. No, but I can say this. Are UFOs real? Are abductions real? I want to know your guys' feeling. You can get a hold of me at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. That's nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. I want your opinion. Do you believe that we are being visited by other worldly entities? Or it's not at all? Have people been and are being abducted? Is there such thing as really cattle mutilations, crop circles? Antarctica, is there an underground facility that was created thousands of years ago by aliens? I want your guys' feedback. Do you believe it or not? You can get a hold of me at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. I just want to know what you guys think. My feeling is we're being visited. My feeling is that they're taking people against their wishes. And if they're still returning some of those people, their examinations that they have given those people were undoubtedly against their wishes. So they can't be as friendly as some people say they are when they're abducting people and doing experiments on them without their permission. And who's going to give their permission to go on a spacecraft and then all of a sudden you're stripped naked and you're being probed? You have needles going into you. And who else knows what they do to you? I can tell you they can't be friendly and lovable towards men. But there's some people out there yet it claim that they're here to save mankind, and we have to spread the word love. And, well, if that's the case, why aren't they helping us? Why aren't they coming down? And if they want to spread love, they need to come down and show themselves. They need to land in Washington, D.C. or some big populated area. That's all it would take is a UFO to land in front of a whole bunch of witnesses and then offer us an olive branch or whatever they have and say, we're here to help you, and then help us. Okay, let's stop the pollution. Let's stop people. Let's stop cancer. Let's even stop the common cold. Give us some help. Stop Antarctica from melting and going away. Stop the sea levels from going. Now, like I mentioned to you this morning, joking around, I watched The Invaders for the first time in a month. And the last episode, it was just kind of like, you know, when they start at the beginning and they're saying that they're here to basically eliminate the humans and take and make the planet theirs.
Yep.
Now, guess what? Maybe the people who wrote that scripts of that TV show weren't so far-fetched. Maybe they want Antarctica gone. Maybe they want the world partly or more in a liquid state. Maybe they want a lot of methane in the gas air. Maybe it's all these things that we're not considering. Maybe they're slowly making this planet theirs.
That's true. Maybe they have to for them to be able to live on this planet, because maybe their planet's, you know, it had problems and they're, you know, need another planet. And so maybe their environment to live and thrive, it needs methane or higher temperatures or more water. You're absolutely right. We don't know. And I do know that I've looked back, we've had a lot of guests say about these beings, you know, they say spread love and all this, but at the same time, they're abducting people against their will. So what's really going on? We don't know. That's the whole thing. We just don't know. And I don't think our government's going to come out anytime soon and say, well, here's what's been going on.
Well, I don't think they can, because you know what? Remember the guy who up in the mountains and the Swiss Alps cried wolf? And he yelled, woof, woof, you know, because he was watching the herd of sheep. And the townspeople would run there and, you know, and tell the kid, oh, you did a good job. You scared the wolf away. So the next day he does the same thing again. And the crowd comes in, pats him on the back and says, oh, you did such a good job. The third day, only half the town comes and they pat him on the back and said, well, hey, you did a good job. You got rid of the wolf and none of the sheep were taken away. And then on the fourth day, there is a real wolf. And he's yelling out there, wolf, wolf, you know, and nobody comes. What happens is the wolf takes him away. Yep,
sure enough. And boy, oh boy, these scenarios are scary sometimes, but you bring up good points, and these things could happen. Lord, look how many people come up missing, and like Terry, he was on there and we seen all them people. Some of them, they all didn't go home, obviously. So where did they go, Gary?
I have no idea. But you know what? Again, are we that naive to think that we are the only humanoids out here and out there? We're the only ones. That's it. There's nothing else besides us. We are the supreme beings, and there's nothing under us. Nothing else smarter than us. That's it. Well, guess what? I guess people do believe stuff like that. Why not? You have that right. Correct?
That's true. You're right. But our advancement in intelligent life elsewhere is probably only limited by our imagination.
And guess what? People believe that there's, well, a parallel universe, or it's this or that, or there's another dimension that where beings can, I mean, we can believe anything, right? The answer is, if we don't know, we can come back and say, well, yeah, there's a parallel universe. We don't know. We don't know. Simple as that.
Nope.
And where
Nope.
do you go? I was reading an article yesterday. You know, some people believe that when we die, our spirit goes to whatever. But, you know, I was reading an article by some doctors that says, hey, I hate to say it, people, this is what the doctor said. When you're dead, you're dead. There is no such thing as a spirit. Okay? And this thing was done by this doctor. It measured the weight at the time of somebody's death. Well, you know what? It was evaporation of the moisture on the body.
Instantly?
Yeah, almost instantly.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever sweated and then went into a different environment that your sweat can actually start drying really fast? You can lose. We're not talking ounces here. We're talking such a minute amount of weight, you couldn't measure it accurately without sophisticated equipment. You're talking.
I do believe that. I think you're right there. You would have, it's because it is minute. You'd have to have sophisticated equipment, and that was back 100 years ago.
And they didn't have it.
Right.
And the doctors have now done the same test again, and they said it's the moisture off the body. Actually, if you sit there and you're actually losing moisture off your body weight during the day, but what happens is you replenish it constantly by drinking liquid and eating and stuff like that. But when you die, undoubtedly, by the time they weigh you afterwards, you probably lost a minute. I'm talking less than a gram of weight. So, I mean, that's something you got to think about. People have to believe in everything. Without a belief, we have no society. Just remember that, James.
I hear you. Beliefs sway civilizations and all kind of governments, and Lord knows beliefs can be a pain in the butt, Gary. It sure is. I try to look for facts, but you got to have beliefs too. People got to believe in something, Gary.
Yeah, and the facts is we don't have anything to back up 90% of this stuff, because even the stuff you talk about in the news, okay,
right,
on Earth changes or other planets or the sun or whatever, black holes, it changes constantly. So what was a belief that was real today, 6 months or a year from now, can be proved that it wasn't. Just remember that.
Oh, yeah. And black holes, lordy, black holes alone. Look how many different things we found out about black holes just this year alone. The things that they said it couldn't happen, it couldn't do this, but yet they've been proven wrong.
Oh, yeah. And black holes is really scary, because you know what? We could have one just right outside of our door, and any time it could come and open the door and slam it. Well, anyway, till tomorrow, James.
Mm-hmm.
Like always, you have a good night, and stay away from those sugar-frosted flakes, my friend.
All right, bye-bye.
Take care. We'll catch everybody tomorrow. Make sure you go to www.nightdreamstalkradio.com.